you guys are here. Welcome to Shagun's Goa. Prawn and chorizo are both quintessential to a Goan kitchen, and because they marry beautifully, I've decided to bring them together. So I've put my own little twist on it, and I'm hoping we'll go into my kitchen and let's find out more. These prawns look great, but I've already prepped some in order to save time. So I'm going to put these aside and use them in the day for another recipe. So to start these prawn bruschettas, first of all we need to make the toast. So for this I'm using the poi bread. So I'm going to quarter them, cut them from the middle as well. So what I'd like to do is douse them with lots of olive oil and crisp them up, because once they're crispy, taste really good. So I douse them with some olive oil. I'm just going to take some sea salt, season it, a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, always helps. So now this is ready to go into the oven. And let it crisp up. So the next thing we are doing is making a basil aioli, because I want to bring that little bit of a freshness with the prawn and chorizo recipe that I'm making. For that I'm going to be blanching the basil. I'm going to boil the water till it comes to a boil and then add the basil in. So now I chop the basil, remove the leaves. So about a handful of fresh basil looks good enough. So I bring the water to the boil. I add the basil inside. So now that my basil is nice and boiled, I'm going to take it out and put it straight into the chilled water. So it gets a nice shock and the color is retained into a nice beautiful green. Here we have that. So leave that in just for a few seconds and then I take it out again and straight into the blender. Then I put in a couple of tablespoons of the mayo. I season it with salt. I love using sea salt. Some fresh pepper, and that should do the trick. Let's have a little taste. That is delicious. So let's get this lovely mayo basil aioli out. This is going to really make the dish. I'm quite excited about it. So what I'd like to do is to take a little bit of lemon zest, and this adds the zing and the tang to the mayo. I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic. So this beautiful red Goan chorizo, quite a bit, and these are beautiful sausages that are left behind as a gift from the Portuguese to Goa. And these are handmade sausages that I picked up in Mapsa that this nice, kind lady always sells me. First I'm going to saute the chorizo. They don't even actually need too much fat in because they're already rich enough, but I'm just going to douse a little bit of that olive oil. And in go my chorizo. Render them down. My chorizo seems to be cooking really well. So now it's time for me to add my prawns. And if you can see, there's amazing amounts of fat as well as meat inside. It's a really, really nice heady mix. And these shouldn't take very long to cook anyway. Prawns cook pretty fast generally. So this is done, and now I'm going to juice in half a lemon. Switch off the gas. I'm not going to season this because the sausages are already seasoned and it's already packed with a lot of flavor. So this is ready. My bruschettas are nicely toasted, I suspect. I think my bruschettas are ready to come out of the oven. What I'm looking for is a nice golden color. Here they are. Wow. So I'm going to take my plating out now. I'm using a wooden board. So here it is. I've got the crisp poi that I'd like to sort of put randomly across the board. So just gently drop it on as opposed to, spreading it meticulously. Just loving this green color, it's just quite amazing. It's time for this gorgeous mixture to go on top. I want to be generous with it. I'd like to garnish this plate a little bit now, and I've been soaking this fresh dill along with some ice and water, to just keep the leaves nice and firm. So I just pick a handful of these strands like this, shake the water off. And I'd like to make the plate look inviting, so I'm actually going to use some of the churris that we have in order to entice further. And now I'm going to take some fresh sprigs of basil. I just really like to make the dish pop, So just as my bruschettas are ready to be sent out of the kitchen, I'm going to do one last little thing, which is just douse them with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil so it actually shines. And so my bruschettas are now ready to be sent outside the kitchen. I hope you're as excited about them as I am.